Good afternoon, third standard. How are you all? Today we're starting a new unit, and that is about Australia. So this is page 112 of your textbook, and we're going to talk about the weather around the world. Okay. So here they've given adjectives to describe the weather. So it says it's stormy with thunder and lightning. Uh, it's sunny and mild. Now there is sun, but it is not too hot. It's hot and humid. Humid പറഞ്ഞാൽ there is the weather water content in the atmosphere. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വിശർക്കും. Okay, അതിനെയാണ് humid എന്ന് പറയുക. Then we have hot and dry. Um, it is hot. അവിടെ വിശർക്കില്ല. It is very dry heat. ഈ ഡെസേർട്ടിലൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഹീറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവുക. പാലക്കാട് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഹോട്ട് ആൻഡ് ഹ്യൂമിഡ് ബിക്കോസ് നിങ്ങൾ നല്ലോണം വിശർക്കും. ഇറ്റ്സ് കോൾഡ് ആൻഡ് റെയിനി, മഴയും പെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട് തണുപ്പും. ഇറ്റ്സ് സ്നോയി ആൻഡ് ഫ്രോസ്റ്റി, സ്നോ ആൻഡ് ഫ്രോസ്റ്റ് is there. So if you were to describe your the weather of your place, how will you say? You will say it is rainy from June till October. And then we have sunny and mild because നമുക്ക് തണുപ്പ് ഒരിക്കലും വരാറില്ല. And then till from Jan till June or May end we have hot and humid, right? Okay. So we have 5 pictures here. We're going to look at them. A cyclone. A cyclone is where there is wind, okay, very forceful winds. They are very strong winds with rain and lots of damage. That's called a cyclone. Tornado പറയണത് ഇങ്ങനെ ഈ ചിലപ്പോൾ വെള്ളത്തിൽ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവുന്ന ഈ ചുല്ലിന്നോ എന്തോ പറയും അതിനിങ്ങനെ റൗണ്ട് ആയിട്ട് ഇറ്റ് സക്സ് എവറിത്തിങ് ഇൻ ഇറ്റ്സ് പാത്ത്. അതിൻ്റെ ആ സർക്കിളിൽ വന്നാൽ അത് മുഴുവൻ സക്ക് ചെയ്തെടുക്കും. Okay. A blizzard is where it's about snow and it's you ഒന്നും കാണില്ല. It's full snow and snow keeps falling rapidly. Okay. A drought where the land is dry and there is no rain, no water, that's called a drought. And the near opposite on a flood. You remember Palakkad had floods about 4 years back. Yeah, everything is underwater. Okay, so just match these in your textbook itself. Now we have certain adjectives here and certain nouns. Okay, so one they have already done for us, blustery wind. Okay, now let's try and match the rest. Thundery sky, turbulent sea, crashing waves. Now certain ones are can be used for 2 or more. Okay, so strong wind or fierce strong waves, cutting wind, fierce sea, fierce wind. Okay, turbulent sky. Turbulent പറഞ്ഞ trouble പറഞ്ഞ there is thunder and lightning and the dark skies, rain. It is എല്ലാം കൂടി ഒരു mix. Okay, now I will play the track of the weather in this report and I want you to fill in these blanks. You might have to listen to it twice, but listen to it and fill it in. All right?
Track 41.
Good morning. I'm Brad Nielsen, reporting from the southwestern coast of Australia. Well, as you can see, there are thundery skies today and a blustery wind is howling. As you can probably hear too. 80-kilometre-per-hour winds have been recorded this morning and they're getting stronger and stronger. The sea is really turbulent. Just look at the waves crashing onto the shore. Most boats and ships are now in port, but as you can see, some boats are rocking violently out at sea. Weather experts report that this violent storm could become a tropical cyclone in a short time, which could blow down trees and power lines. So, the authorities are recommending that everyone stays in their houses, and all schools will be closed until the storm passes. You mustn't go out on the streets because it's very dangerous right now. I can hardly stand up because of the fierce and cutting wind. So I'm going back to the studio to shelter until the storm passes because it's quite frightening out here right now. Brad Nielsen, reporting for Channel 6 News.
Okay, so I hope you were able to underline, fill in the blanks, and most of the adjectives were given here, right? So that is how you describe the weather. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Australia. You might be thinking, why is teacher taking two sections in one day? The reason is uh, we have a lot to complete and not much of time. All right. So this is Australia. It's an island. It's surrounded by water, and then it's a continent as well. Okay, country on a continent one. This is also part of Australia. This is called Hobart. Uh, in this country, you can find examples of most geographical features like the desert. This whole part is a desert. Okay, mountain ranges. You have mountain ranges here. Can you see the mountains? And you have snow there also. Coral reef. This pink area. This is one thing that you can, I believe, see from the from outer space. Okay, because it's a huge area and it is very beautiful to see. I'll show you pictures now, but for the time being, a rock. The dead center, the center of Australia, there is a rock formation. It is called Uluru. Okay, um, it is a very sacred place for the traditional people, the Aboriginal people. അവരുടെ religious ceremonies ഒക്കെ നടത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. One thing about Uluru is different times of the day, the picture has different colors. I'll show you those pictures now. Um, okay, rock formation, coast banana, sea in that. All this is coast. Okay. Now we have tropical rainforest as well. Uh, After the Great Barrier Reef towards the north, this side, can you see this? We have tropical rainforest. So in one small country, you have all kinds of geographical features. All right. The capital of Australia is Canberra. Canberra is a place between Sydney and Melbourne. Sydney and Melbourne I want to be the capital. I want to be the capital. അപ്പോൾ they decided രണ്ടിൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ ഒരു സ്ഥലം എടുക്കാം. And actually Canberra പറയണത് and the meaning is in between Sydney and Melbourne. Okay. So yeah, and it takes about 5 hours to travel from here to here. Okay, അത്രയ്ക്ക് ഡിസ്റ്റൻസ് ഉണ്ട്, അത്രയ്ക്ക് wide ആണ്. Sydney Opera House is very famous. They have dolphins, they have, what do you say, parakeets. In tropical rainforest, you find different kinds of birds. Kangaroo, of course, you know. Koalas are also there. We learn more about those animals in this lesson. But I would like you to listen to this track as well, which is about this. Okay, so listen to that and um, try and answer these questions. Okay, so write these in your notebook. Length എന്താണ്, width എന്താണ്, height എന്താണ്, depth എന്താണെന്നുള്ളത്. Listen to the track, and next class maybe you can tell me more about Australia. Okay, um, it is one of the sixth largest country in the world. Almost 20% of it is as a desert. Um, the total length of Australia, that means the whole area, is so much. The width of Australia, it takes 5 hours to fly. And if you drive, it takes 8 hours a day drive. With 5.5 days it takes. ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് നിന്ന് മറ്റേ സ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് പോകാൻ. ഇതാണ് the whole coast, the length of Australia. Okay, in the center is the beautiful Uluru. നമ്മൾ പുറമേയുള്ള ആൾക്കാർ തന്നെ എയേഴ്സ് റോക്ക് എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഈ നടുവിലുള്ള ദ എയേഴ്സ് റോക്ക്. Mount Kosciuszko, it's in New South Wales, and that is where you find the snow. Yeah, this is Mount Kosciuszko. Okay. So listen to the track and try to answer these questions. Numbers, what do they mean? Okay. All right. So that's it for today, third standard. Have a lovely day. Oh, sorry, I forgot to play the track.
Track 42.
Fact File Australia.
Facts and figures. The population of Australia is 25 million. There are many different types of people and religions, and nearly 1/4 of Australians were born in other countries. The Aboriginal people are the only people who are native to the country. Australia is the 6th largest country in the world, and the main language is English. It has a land mass of nearly 7.7 million square kilometres. It is both a country and a continent. The currency is the Australian dollar, which is divided into 100 cents. Geography. Australia has a varied landscape. Almost 20% of Australia is desert. There it is hot and dry with hardly any rainfall. There are mountain ranges across the whole of the east coast where the temperatures are sometimes below zero. There are also tropical rainforests in the north where it's hot and humid. The amazing Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef and stretches for 2,000 kilometres along the northeast coast. The total length of the Australian coastline is 35,877 kilometres, which is very long. The width of Australia is impressive too. It takes 5 hours to fly from Brisbane to Perth, which is 3,614 kilometres. If you drove for 8 hours a day, it would take 5.5 days to do the same journey. In the centre of Australia is the beautiful Uluru, known as Ayers Rock outside Australia. A huge, mysterious sandstone rock formation that looks like it changes colour at different times of the day. It's an important place for the Aboriginal people of the area. The highest peak is Mount Kosciuszko in New South Wales, which reaches a height of 2,228 metres. The Perth Canyon, which attracts exotic marine life and blue whales, can be found on the east coast with a depth of 4,000 metres.
Okay, so this is Uluru, and if you can see, look at the colors, the same rock formation, but at different times of the day, it has got a different color. You see, the same thing, but in the pictures, it like changes colors. That's something rare. It's a rare phenomenon. The other thing I wanted to show you was the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, these are the corals. See how beautiful it is? Yeah, okay. Colorful fishes. Um, you can do scuba diving and go near and take pictures. See? Can you see that? So beautiful. And look at the water, the color of the water. So yeah, that is why I'm sorry it's a long video, but yeah, I hope you've understood a little bit more about Australia. And please do write the keywords, the length, all those things, and mark the answers for these. Okay, and in the previous page, you have to fill in the blanks. All right, third standard. Have a lovely day. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you later. Bye. Jai Hind.